Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. Our campaign is Masks of Nyarlathotep. It was written by Larry DiTilio, Lynn Willis, Mike Mason, Lynn Hardy, Paul Fricker, and Scott Dorward, and it's available from Chaosium. Our game master is Morgan Llewellyn, and this is episode 11. Before we begin, I have to apologize to our listening audience. Last week, at the end of our session, we realized that the episode did not record. So this technically, I guess, would be episode 12, but we're going to call it 11. Let me assure you that nothing major happened during the episode. We did visit the Juju house, but only in reconnaissance, so there was no big encounter. Mostly, we just tried to decide what to do next. We did consolidate our notes and give them to Mick Swan, who will be giving the recap as his character, Morris Mitchner. So once again, I am sorry, but we have put some procedures in place so it doesn't happen again. So without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Mick?
Thank you. I was roused from my convalescent reverie by Fred and Hauser, who suggested I might like to accompany them to reconnoiter the Juju house in Harlem. Having spent the best part of the morning poring over newspaper cuttings and establishing nothing more than the fact that Carlisle was universally regarded as a rum cove and a flighty gadabout, I elected to join them. Heaven knows I could do with a change of scenery, having been invalided out since a deranged cultist tried to sever my arm. We duly hailed a cab and sallied forth for Harlem. Driving past the address we'd been given, we noted that the Juju house appeared to be in a narrow alleyway off the main thoroughfare, which would make sustained surveillance difficult, assuming we wished to remain inconspicuous. On leaving the taxi and venturing some way into the alley, we espied a vacant shop front next door to the property in question. Upon the building was a "For Lease" sign, at which a nascent plan began to ferment in our brain boxes. With the shop next door for rent and the Juju house the only neighbor in this sheltered cul-de-sac, we could, we theorized, call in on the owner and make inquiries about the empty store. Surely a group of businessmen searching for business premises would arouse the minimal amount of suspicion, even when those businessmen were as out of place as we would surely be in this neck of the woods. With this as our plan of attack and no small sense of trepidation in our hearts, we knocked upon the door of the Juju house. "Come in," came the response. The shop itself was much smaller than expected. Bijou, one might call it, if perhaps a little generously, and packed densely with the African ephemera we had been led to expect. There were two occupants, a well-groomed man in a suit, and an older man wrapped in a blanket or rug. The older man greeted us, and we took him to be the owner. I made small talk with him while Fred and Hauser scoped out the store. He never stopped smiling, that man. But it was not, I assure you, a happy or welcoming smile. It was fixed, shark-like, an impassive Cheshire grin worn like a mask. There was no friendliness in his eyes, and he betrayed little of his real feelings. On the surface, he seemed helpful, but there was something about him which I found both frustrating and threatening in equal measure. In contrast to his studied facade, the other man made no effort to disguise his disdain for us. He made his excuses and left shortly after we arrived. As he squeezed past me in the cramped little shop, its shelves full of dusty bric-a-brac from the dark continent, I saw the brassy glint of a police badge and what looked like the handle of a pistol. In his other pocket, a thickly stuffed brown envelope. Clearly, we had disturbed some nefarious activity. We learned that Nakwame, for that was the owner's name, lived behind the shop, though I saw no door. I suppose it must have been hidden behind one of the heavy old rugs hung about the place. And he had a low opinion of the fellow he said owned the adjoining property. Fred made a purchase. I witted on some more about our fictitious business plans, and having exhausted both our host's desire to inform and my own capacity to invent, we made our excuses and left. Returning to the cab, we set off back to our domicile, but noticed that the well-groomed man from the shop, the one I took to be a policeman, was following us. Thinking fast, I instructed the driver to pull in at the next empty storefront he saw and went through an elaborate pantomime of pretending to inspect the property, noting the telephone number and even making cursory inquiries in the neighboring stores. Having satisfied ourselves that we were no longer being trailed, we made for the Hall of Records, where, after some searching, we made the discovery that both the Juju house and the empty property next door were in fact owned by Silas Nakwame. His tales of an absentee landlord would seem to have been a lie. Our suspicions aroused, we returned to the hotel to rendezvous with Octavius and Christopher. Once reunited, we learned that Governor Smith's office had still not responded to Octavius' request to meet with Hilton Adams. Christopher telephoned the journalist Rebecca Rosenstein and discovered that she had not been into work for over a day, much to the surprise and chagrin of her colleague. Fearing for her safety, given recent events and our own rising tide of paranoia, we made our way to her home and, against our own better judgment, we broke in. Searching the house revealed nothing suspicious, in fact nothing of note. We were none the wiser with regard to her fate. But if the truth be told, I was not optimistic. Octavius duly resolved to contact Millie Adams, wife of the incarcerated Hilton Adams, with a view to speaking with her about her husband, in the hope that some of us might meet with him and hear his side of the story. She did not seem at all enthusiastic about the idea. However, when Octavius and Christopher called upon her in person, they were able to put her mind at rest a little, convincing her that they were not sensationalists and that their motives were noble. Having won her confidence to a very modest extent, she told them that her husband had a group of friends, trusted friends, with whom he would probably have confided. These men, Needham, Douglas, Art, and Jack, were known as the Harlem Hellfighters, and they were usually to be found frequenting a local speakeasy known as Teddy's. Asking around, Octavius and Christopher were able to locate Teddy's, and there they came upon Douglas drinking alone. Over a few glasses of rot gut, he recounted how Adams had helped he and his fellows with their own investigation into a supposed criminal syndicate at work in their neighborhood, a syndicate which had its headquarters at the Juju house. Opinion, it seemed, was divided as to whether this group was a cult or simply a criminal gang posing as such to inspire fear and intimidate the local populace. Either way, it seems that the cult, if we might call it that, performed certain activities at very particular times, and that these activities were of a dark and peculiarly reprehensible nature. He also gave them a description of the police captain, Robson, which bore little similarity to the man seen in the Juju house. Deeper and deeper we go, down the rabbit hole, not really knowing what we will find down there, but certain that we are out of our depth.
Excellent. Thanks, Mick.
All right, so as all of you have gathered all together, trying to decide what to do next, the day is constantly wearing away. It's getting towards evening. What would you guys like to do?
When is our meeting with Miss, that's tomorrow, yeah? About the books, Miss Erica?
Would be tonight.
Oh, it's tonight. What time is it? What time would we...
So it's going to be about 4 o'clock in the evening.
4 p.m.
And between 6:30 and 7 is when she was expecting you to arrive.
Okay, 6:30 and 7.
This is most interesting.
All right, we'll take care of that now, but let's think about this. Now, you guys were there. You kind of scoped out the place. Is there any place where we could gain surveillance, like up on the roof?
So that might be a very good idea if we can get there.
Because if this is the hub of some criminal organization, I'd like to see us coming in and going out.
Yeah, we need to put eyes there. That is very, very important. We found out that the apartments in the area were all filled, so we can't rent one to put eyes there. So it might be
were the buildings close together in the area.
Yeah.
You think if we could get up on any roof, we could make our way across to that courtyard and look down.
I get an idea check from Fox and Hauser.
I mean, we are from New York. Oh, I got an 05.
Nailed it. Oh, no, that's not 08, that's 80. Sorry. 80.
Okay, so Fox, given that Adams and his friends were trying to put a stop to this, there must have been fear in the community. And perhaps
We could get some
you
cooperation.
could get some cooperation from the locals that would have visibility at the Juju house.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe if we, Christopher, there was the shoeshine boy. Maybe we could take that sort of approach and befriend somebody. This is the Depression. I know.
I think it might put too much reliance on shoeshine boys.
Well, just the general idea of befriending someone, maybe trying to.
Well, look, all we have to do is befriend someone in one of the buildings nearby.
Yeah.
I think if we can get up to the roof and probably the gap between some of those buildings less than 3 feet, we could just jump from one building to the other, or walk across the plank or something. I don't know, but
yeah, excellent. So all we need to do.
The question we've got to ask ourselves then is who's going to go to Erica's tonight and who's going to...
We're not going to do that until the middle of the night, I don't think. So we can go to Erica's and do that. Well, I have to go. I don't know. Hauser can come with me because he's the one who's most interested.
Yeah, very much.
And you guys can get ready for this, but I imagine that we don't want to be up there on the roof until, 9:30 or 10?
Oh, at least. Yeah, it should be later, I would say. Yeah, at least 10.
Well, it's easy enough to get into that neighborhood that time of night because of all the nightclubs.
Yeah.
We might not even have to befriend anyone. If we can get into one of those buildings, we can just go up the stairs to the roof.
Yeah.
If we're just look like we're supposed to be there.
If I could put a window of time, I think the best time to put eyes there would be 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. would be the perfect.
Speaking of windows, were there any apartment buildings looking into that courtyard?
Yes.
So maybe
across the street. So there's the businesses where the Juju house is, that little block. Across the street from that are a bunch of tenements.
Okay, but I want to be able to see the door of the Juju house.
Yeah.
So that I can see if people are coming in and going out. So is there any?
So there was not a place you think where you could see the door. However, the only other door that leads, there's the door for the Juju house, and there's a door for that vacant building that's locked up. So anybody traversing the alleyway.
What about the
there wouldn't be a lot of places they could go.
What about the other roads in the area?
The other roads?
If you're going down an alleyway, there's a building here and a building here. Both have roofs.
Yeah, so if you cross the street from where the Juju
from one of those
is,
roofs, you could definitely see Juju House's door.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to. And none of those are apartments. The apartments are on the other side of the street.
Correct.
Yeah.
That might be too far away unless you got a good pair of binoculars and you can see. You got to get in a position where you're looking right down the alley at the door. That's a little tricky.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Fox and Hauser, if you guys go to Erica's and do that, what do Freddie, me, and Morris do? What do we do to keep ourselves? Do we want to maybe go see if we can track down Rebecca? Do we want to go talk to Lieutenant Poole? Do we want to tail Lieutenant Robson and see what he's up to? Maybe, I don't know.
Should we get Lieutenant Poole involved in this? I mean, I'm afraid that all he's going to say is that we shouldn't get involved. If he knows something really dangerous is going on, he's going to tell us to not do it.
Well, how about it might be good. You guys might be able to visit with Hilton, because Millie, as you mentioned, seemed to be okay with you visiting him. So all we need is maybe an attorney or your lawyer, perhaps, Mr. Fox, to go with them.
He's only going to be able to bring in one person with him.
Right.
If anybody at all. Well, I don't know. I think that we should all be armed.
Yeah.
Maybe you can gather together whatever arms we're going to need for tonight if we're going to sneak over, try to get to the try to at least see what's going on at the Juju house. I don't want to get ambushed.
Agreed. I'd like your idea then, Chris, if maybe the reporter, Rebecca, maybe
Try and see what happens.
try one more time to track her down.
Yeah, good luck on that.
I second that. I tell you what, I'm going in prepared this time. Not much I do know.
Yeah, your bulletproof underwear.
Us. Oh, good against knives.
And I want a gun as well. I think it's time I had a gun. We're in America after all.
Yeah,
I should have a.
Well, let's go get Morris a gun. Freddie, do you want to maybe see if you can get a meeting with Hilton?
Tell you what, let me get my lawyer on the phone. See what he says.
Yeah, let's.
All right.
And then me and Morris can go and try and track down
3
Rebecca.
birds, 1 stone.
Well, let's see. This is the only phone I can find right now. Yeah. What the hell's what is his name? Carlton?
Slumber.
Oh yeah, that guy. Bob.
Hey, Fox.
Hey, I need a favor. We are up to our old tricks doing our little investigation shit, and we really need to get in to see that fella in the Sing Sing, Hilton. Do you think you could arrange getting in to see him this evening? I'm not going to be there. It's going to be somebody else.
Oh, this evening. Well, I had put something on the schedule, something tentative for tomorrow. If I could get up there to go myself.
He says tomorrow. What
All
does
right.
that sound like to you guys? All right.
If
Well,
we don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, book it in if we don't know what's going to happen tonight.
yeah, we'll try and I think a fella by the name of Frederick Chapman looks like he's going to go with you.
Oh, all right. Do I meet him at your hotel?
That'll work.
Okay. Well, tell him to expect me there at noon, and then we'll go over to Sing Sing.
All right, cool. Thank you. Bye. I don't think people said cool, but I say cool.
Cool.
I'm the
What
one who
did he
started
say?
it because I'm so cool.
You got the meeting?
Tomorrow at around noon.
Good
Already
progress.
had something set up, but so I guess you guys can either go talk to Poole, or at least scope him out, or you can follow Robinson around. But I'm not sure what you're gonna. I'm kind of hoping Robinson shows up where we are tonight.
Well, that's the thing. We might catch him doing some nefarious stuff.
The thing is that they'll just all kill us. If
We're
we
not gonna
had
get that close.
if they catch us.
if we had Poole with us.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If we can pin something on Robson, then Paul will back us because we'll have proof of a crooked cop. So he'll be able to pin whatever. If he's got dirt on Robson, he'll be like, "Yeah, cool, sweet."
Yeah,
he
he
might
would
already
know
know that
who
he's a
to-
crooked.
Yeah.
Might already know that he's a crooked cop.
Yeah, I know, but he may know he's a crooked cop. But if we bring in and say, "Look, he's taking money," or "Look, he's doing this,"
Yeah.
then Paul can be like, "Gotcha, you bastard."
Yeah,
but
Poole
will
would
he?
know who to go to bring that information to within the police department.
Mm.
Within something
I'm
would happen.
gonna go tell Robson. If Chapman and Morris, if either of you would like to come with me, I'd appreciate the backup. If not, I understand, but I've just got a feeling that if I'm gonna. Hauser, can I borrow your camera?
Oh, I have 2 of them. Here's the undercover one.
You can't take
perfect.
a picture.
I could take, yeah. So that's what I do. This is Fox. This is what I do. Like, this is literally like I tail people for a living. I get them and pictures of them and all kinds of.
And they're not going to see the big
situations.
gigantic flash go off.
No, Hauser just told me he's got. This is his undercover.
It's
camera.
the pocket one. It's a pocket. It fits inside. It's
also nighttime. So
I'm only going to take the photo. I'm only going to take the photo if I see him doing something I'm not going to take a photo if he's doing something that's fine.
Hey, you know what? You know what you're doing. You're a detective. Have fun with it.
All right. Freddie, Morris, either of you want to tag along?
Okay.
Morris?
Yep.
Thanks. All right. I appreciate it.
Also, you and I will get over to Eric's.
wunderbar.
Might want to dress up a little.
Certainly, my finest gray.
I'm gonna tout you off as a book expert.
Excellent.
So dress up like a book expert.
A book expert. Yeah.
You have glasses?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Now you look like a book expert.
Sehr gut.
Yeah, the German accent works really good. Makes you sound like a German book expert.
An immaculate German accent.
All right, so Hasso and Octavius are going to go to Erica's. Christopher is going to go tail Robson. Morris and Frederick. What are you up to?
I'm thinking we're going to make sure Christopher doesn't get himself killed and or kidnapped.
Yes. Yes, I'm up for doing that. And also, I'm going as well, just not only to tail him, but also because Christopher probably knows the best place to buy a gun. I haven't got
All
two.
right. Perfect. So let's...
I'd end up in a deli or something. If I tried to-
Well, there's no doubt an outfitting shop here.
Yeah, we'll find you a gun.
Just say you're worried about bears. Or wolves.
Or marmots.
Or rats.
No, it's
Very
really
large rats.
Really, it's those snipes you got to watch out for.
All right.
So we're going to start off with Octavius and Hausa.
Right. This is where she lives. Nice place, huh?
It's amazing.
Yeah, she's one of the richest women in the country now that her brother's long gone. I don't mean that to sound nefarious. I think he couldn't manage the business, and she can.
Such a gigantic garden just to the front door.
Yeah, it's a long driveway from the gate where you were let in down to where the actual house is.
Here we are. Look at the size of those knockers on the door.
Jiminy.
And when you knock on the door, it's opened by an even larger man. Stands about 6'6", just massive, just full of muscles, who just looks down at both of you.
Good evening, Mustafa. I'm here to see Erica, please.
And your name, please.
I've been coming here for the last 35 years, and you still say that every time. Octavius Fox and Company.
Come in. And you've been here plenty of times, Fox. He leads you to the library where Erica is waiting with the stack of the books.
Erica, so nice to see you.
Fox.
Touch elbows.
Who is this?
This is a friend of mine, Hauser Gunwald. He's a book expert, ex-military.
It is a pleasure, ma'am.
Ex-military book expert, huh?
Yeah, the collector. I'm sure that he's the one who'd be most interested in your texts.
Quite a long time.
Well, let's just get to business.
Oh, thank you.
I have been put in contact with the one Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University.
Oh, yes.
Very keen interest in purchasing this collection of mine. Now, if you are willing to beat his offer...
He's a librarian. I'm a millionaire. You think I can beat his offer?
Well, the university is looking to spend about $6,000 for this stack of books here.
Yes.
For these old books?
That is a good amount of money.
For each one of them or all four of them?
All of them. The collection.
I would like Hauser to take a look at them before we decide to spend that kind of money.
It would
Of
be
course.
an honor.
There are 4, the Narcotic manuscripts, the Book of Ebion in French. Hauser, do you speak French?
9. So Arabic, Spanish, German, and English.
We'll start learning French.
All right, there you go. The Narcotic manuscripts, Die Livre d'Avon, a book called Amongst the Stones, and another called Life as a God.
Life as a God.
And they're all in French, or
No.
Oh.
Nope, the Narcotic manuscripts is in English translations, selections de Livre d'Avon, that is in French.
Got it.
Amongst the Stones and Life and the God are English.
Excellent. Okay.
And far more recent, I believe.
And while you're looking them over, make a natural world check for me, Hauser.
Me? Oh,
Yep.
there's a natural. Let's see. 48. Don't think that's going to be a pass. Let me see. 1 second. Natural world is fail.
All right, so one of the books, let's see,
Book of Ebon.
yeah, let me double check something here real fast, guys.
I think you told us last time, though.
Well, so there is the book A Life as a God that is bound in human skin,
Oh.
Jeez.
which you realize a little bit after you start handling it. Now you can go ahead and make a sand check.
And I'm chit-chatting with Erica.
Sanity. Oh, God. Oh, no. Fail.
All right, lose a point.
God.
I'm chit-chatting with Eric about the business. Just because this is boring shit going on over here. I don't know why he's shaking like that and drooling.
What does this mean?
Don't show that to us. Ah!
And then the book Amongst the Stones. Well, this one's leather is human. Amongst the Stones, you can't place it. You don't know what it is. What that leather is.
Oh, it's not human, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, Amongst the Stones is not human, but he doesn't know what it is. Life as a God is bound in human skin.
But excuse me, Octavius or Miss Erica, but would you know what do you make of this material?
Yeah,
That's not my field of expertise.
Yeah, it's just leather. Don't be so surprised.
It's fascinating.
I'm more concerned with the contents. Is it worth $6,000? You're talking about the price of a couple of houses.
Yeah. In reading through it with my, I've got a decent occult great library in EDU. Would I be able to make be able to ascertain these are?
Do you have a praise?
Praise? No, I've got 5, but that's it.
Well, worthness is a matter of it's subjective. If you're talking about a book collector, that's one thing. If you're talking about an occult tome of incredible significance.
So if you're gonna be glancing through these, which one are you glancing through?
Let's go with the first one you mentioned in English.
The Narcotic Manuscripts?
Yes, please.
Can we say that Eric and I are on the other end of the room and we're
Yeah, you're just chatting
Yeah.
away.
And
And
I'm trying to give you time to look.
Yeah, I'll really try to sink my teeth into this one as opposed to just skimming through.
See if
All right,
it's something that you want.
the Narcotic Manuscripts, it's very strange. It's talking about, the opinion is talking about these two ancient Earth civilizations. But you get the distinct impression from your glance that neither of these civilizations are human and are hundreds of thousands of years, if not millions of years old.
Dear God.
From just a quick cursory glance.
I think these books might be worth considering.
All right, well, just keep looking through them. I'm chit-chatting with Erica. We won't take much more of your time, Carolina.
All right, and you don't read French.
9.
Okay.
Nope.
I do.
All right, but so glancing through that one with the leather, you can identify that amongst the stones,
Yeah.
it looks to be a handwritten journal, credited to a Justin Jeffrey from 1918.
Fascinating. And how does that kick off? Is this?
So a lot of it looks to be poetry.
Interesting.
Just very, very strange.
It
It seems to have a lot to do with Egyptian things. Talking about old rulers of Egypt.
Oh, this is definitely something that we should study. Yes, this is connected. It's definitely connected.
Erica, I think that the purpose in looking through these books is because we want to find an insight into your brother and the way he's been thinking so that we can better do our investigation. I think we'll take the books. Now for you, he said he's willing to pay $6,000. 62. And I'll tell you what, I think after we're done with the books, we might donate them to the Miskatonic Library.
Well, it's very nice of you. I think we can come to an arrangement then.
All right.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Hauser.
Very, very expensive birthday present.
Well,
But so looking through your last glance through Life as a God.
Yeah.
Okay. And this seems to be a handwritten journal by a Montgomery Crompton from 1810. And this one is a little concerning to you.
Oh.
Most of it's gibberish. It's not very coherent. It reminds you somewhat of the last writings of Jackson Elias. And you see that this man is describing how he participated in these horrific sacrifices and joined this religion called the Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh.
Oh my.
And it's talking about human sacrifices and rituals and things that he saw.
And wait, what was it? The Brotherhood of the who?
The Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh.
The Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh.
That's from a cursory glance through it.
This is very fascinating. Oh, if I could have more time to read this.
You can have all the time in the world. It's they're yours. I
Here.
purchased them from Erica.
My goodness, we'll need a safe place to study these.
What a safe place. Thank you, Erica. You've been very kind. I will keep you informed on what we find out.
Yes, thank you.
If you want me to leave your brother there, wherever we find him, we'll leave him there.
Yes, please do. Good luck to you, Mr. Fox.
Thank you.
It has been a pleasure, my darling.
And we leave.
Yep. All right. Christopher, Frederick, and Morris. Finding a gun, a pistol rather, is rather straightforward. For Morris, it just depends on how big of a caliber he's looking for.
Well, I'm not. Oh, actually, I've got 40 in handguns, so I'm reasonably proficient. That's something I did want to discuss with you, though. Obviously, my character is right-handed, and my right arm has been injured. Now, I've got all but one of my hit points back. So, am I able to use that?
Your arm is usable at this point.
It's usable. Okay.
It's sore as hell, but you can use it.
Then I think I would like to buy an automatic pistol.
All right. That's perfectly fine.
I quite like a 45, like they use in all those gangster stories that I like to read.
So you probably have to go maybe to a bit of a shadier place, but you're still perfectly fine. You're not into territory of illegal things. So you purchase your gun, and then you set out to go track Robson.
Yeah.
So we know Robson is the captain of the 14th precinct based in Harlem. His office, the precinct building itself, is pretty easy to find. What are you doing there?
Well, I've got a pretty good description now of what Robson looks like. Is there any like locals around, like, you know, like maybe some street kids, like a shoe shine or something like that?
Out on the streets here now.
No, not around here, so it's pretty quiet. Okay.
Not a lot of people hanging out in front of the police station.
What time is it currently?
Yeah, good question.
So after tracking down and purchasing the firearm, we'll just say it's 7:30.
Okay.
It's pretty quiet. So the police station, it's still open? Like there's offices?
And there's cars there and whatnot. Occasionally you see an officer coming and going.
Do any of them fit Robson's description?
No.
Okay. What I might do is the next time an officer comes out, I'll tell Frederick and Morris to kind of stay out of sight. I might go up to one of the officers and say, hey, listen, a pal of mine is one of the captains here. I meant to be meeting him for a drink, but I lost track of time. Do you know if Captain Robson's still in, or is he?
You're going to get a drink with the captain, huh?
Yeah, no, we're old friends from way back. We went to school together.
Yeah. Yeah, he's still in the office. Here, let me puts his arm around you.
Cat.
Yeah, you want to see the captain? Yeah, let me go take you inside. And he leads you into the
Okay.
into the police station.
Cool.
Make a spot hidden.
Sweet. That is a 64. One moment. That is a standard pass.
All right, so you can see several desks. You can see that's normal, like the regular uniformed officers, just a few of them hanging around at their desks. You see an area where there are people dressed in suits. I guess it's probably the detectives, and one of them looks definitely how the man at the Juju house was described.
Okay.
He's leaning back, smoking a cigarette, talking to some of the others. And you were led into a back room, and the officer says, "Hey, Captain, got this guy on the street saying that he's an old friend of yours." And sitting behind the desk, you see an older man, fairly muscular for his age, thinning gray hair, his collar's unbuttoned, tie loose. He's dressed rather nice.
Okay.
Make a credit rating check real fast for me, Christopher.
Sure. A 39, which is a fail.
All right. Yeah, so he's dressed rather nicely. And he's an old friend, huh? I sure as hell don't recognize you.
Well, I've clearly changed a lot since our school days.
What's your name?
Ray Bonneville.
I don't know any Rays.
Well, I mean, it's been a while.
Jones, shut the door. And the officer shuts the door, and it's just the officer, and...
Yep, I'm completely calm. Yeah.
Ray, huh?
Yeah.
Tell me, Ray, good old childhood friend, what brings you here?
Well, I just heard you around these parts, and thought I'd come drop in, catch up, and see what you're up to. I'm actually looking for some work, and thought maybe possibly you might be able to point me in the right direction of some things.
Of things?
Yeah.
What kind of things?
Well, look, I mean, I'm not picky. Anywhere you think that might be hiring, I'm honestly not picky. Any kind of job, in this kind of climate at the moment, I'm not picky.
Well, Ray, if we went to the same schools, then you should be a smart man.
I do okay. I mean, to be honest with you.
But of course, you come in here and you give me a bullshit name. I don't know who the hell you are.
To be fair, I'm not that smart.
So, yeah, I would lead one to believe that we did not go to the same school.
No, we did go to the same school, but my dad paid for the school. Like, I don't have to be smart to go to that school, man. Like, my dad paid my way in, you know what I'm saying?
And Officer Jones punches you in the stomach.
Okay, all right.
You take 4 points of damage.
All right.
Knocks the wind right out of you.
Okay.
And Captain Robson comes over.
Cool.
He leans down. Looks over. Reaches in, grabs your pistol out of your holster.
Okay.
Very nice piece of weaponry you got here.
Yeah, everyone's packing around, man. This is Harlem.
And he takes it and he smacks it across your face.
Okay.
And just say another 3 points of damage.
Okay.
And he said, "Who sent you? What are you here for? Huh, kid?"
What do you mean he sent me?
What? Please. Let's not play games here. Why are you here? For real. Let's be honest, man to man. Why did you want to come see old Captain Robson today?
Silas sent me.
Silas sent you, huh?
Yeah. He's worried things are getting too close to things.
Ah. Hey, Daniels. And you see that detective that you recognize the description of Coxon.
Yep.
You recognize this kid? And he says, no. Oh, well. Doesn't recognize you, huh?
Yeah.
Well, isn't that just lovely? Lights out. Morris and Frederick, you wait there. You wait there. You wait there. Christopher doesn't come back out.
Something beginning with S. It's been
Sidewalk.
quite a while, hasn't he? It is Sidewalk again, yeah. Your turn.
Yeah. Isn't that
How long's he
an
been
hour?
in there now?
No,
It's
an
gotta
hour and a
be
half.
coming on. It's got to be.
God damn.
He's either getting a lot of information or
Have any cars left?
Nope.
no one else gone in.
A few officers coming from patrol go in. A few leave, but no.
You reckon there's a back? Do you reckon there's a back entrance?
What about windows?
So you guys are now going around looking for windows and things. And have you
Conspicuous.
both make a stealth check?
All right, that will be a success.
Ooh, 18 out of 40. That's a hard success.
I'm
All right,
whistling.
as you guys
Dixie.
move around, you're looking in windows, trying to figure out like what is going on. You manage to catch a glimpse of a truck. So towards around the back of this building, there's lines up with their wagons for when they need a lot of officers to respond to something. But you see a not police vehicle back there, a truck.
Mm-hmm.
And if you both make education checks.
That's pass.
Nope, I failed that.
Okay, you recognize
I'm illegible.
Frederick. That the two people, they're loading this rather large crate into the back of this truck. And there's three of them there. There's two police officers. One of them you recognize as the detective from the Juju house. And the other you see an older, well-dressed man. Fits the description of how you've heard Captain Robson described. And the men that they're talking to, you recognize as employees of Emerson Imports.
Ah. Okay.
And they load the crate into the back and they drive away.
Morris. We need to get to Emerson Imports immediately.
Okay. Wait. Taxi!
Yeah!
At 8:30.
Sure. It's party time, man. They're out and about.
All right. Hey, can you get us dockside?
I foolishly just whistled. I'm now mobbed by dogs. Oh, damn. Why did I do that?
Quick, cabby, we need to get away from this mob of mongrels.
Yeah,
Take
there's dogs
dockside.
everywhere around here. God.
Thanks.
What do I smell of aniseed or something? So yes, we'll head straight to the docks. not the dogs.
I'm muted. As you head to the docks and you head to Emerson Imports, the truck is not there.
Truck is not there.
This does not seem to be where it went.
Okay.
Oh, hell. In that case, Frederick.
Are you thinking that
know what
our
I'm
favorite
thinking?
alley?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
All right, yeah.
All right, and as you swing by there, you notice the two men returning to a truck parked on the side of the road outside the Juju house. No crate.
No crate. Okay.
And they kind of lean back and start smoking.
Kind of quietly aside to Morris so that the cabbie doesn't hear. It wouldn't be too much to ask to I don't know. Can we take him out quietly? Because Chris is in trouble.
All right. I'll distract them and talk to one of them. You sneak up and get the one I'm not talking to. I'll deal with the one I'm talking to.
All right.
And I'm going to take a cigarette.
How's your
my
drunken
pocket.
stumble?
I'm just going to take a cigarette out and sort of in a wobbly way stumble up to them with an unlit cigarette.
As you look, make a psychology.
Me or him?
Both.
No. I've only got 10.
Nope.
Okay. As the closer you get to them, you realize that the way they're watching you and how they're moving stuff around in their pockets, it's almost like they recognize you.
Do they now? Let's shoot. Do I recognize either of them?
No. But they seem to be eyeing you rather close.
How
Can we help you?
Ah,
how close can I get
good evening.
behind the one?
They are well on alert.
Do you,
Okay.
I wonder,
You
my
can't
good man,
you can't sneak up on them. They're
do you, I wonder, my good man, possibly have about you such a thing as a match?
a match.
A Lucifer, if you will.
Hey, look. All right, business is closed. I suggest you move on.
I'm just trying to get a light for my cigarette. I mean you no harm. I'm a little bit lost. I found this little place just down the road. Little place called Teddy's. Lovely little place, very cheap, very affordable. But now
Excuse
I need to
me,
go home
what has the
to my
night
bed.
brought in today? And behind you, you hear this deep, very deep masculine voice.
I was just trying to ask these gentlemen if they could give me a light for my cigarette.
You should move on elsewhere, pal.
Well, I must say, I think it's rather rude. And I'm going to walk off.
Can I see who the guy who walked up behind him?
Okay, the dude who came up behind him is a rather tall, very muscular African gentleman dressed in workers' clothes.
Same
Looks
dock worker.
same dock worker type.
Okay.
Looks a bit older. And while the other two were like a little weary, you don't even need to make a cycle. This guy is actively, like, his expression could only be described as predatory. Almost like he wanted Morris to try something. And he's just watching the two of you, smiling.
I should have bought a sniper rifle instead of a handgun. Damn it.
Yeah, that might be the better option.
Or a cannon.
And after 15 more minutes, the two men get into the truck and they drive away.
Right.
And this other guy, he walks off.
He walks off.
Yep, away from the Juju house.
I take it we are ensconced in the shadows at this point.
Yes.
Right. What's
All
the
right,
plan?
we need to run back. We need to get Octavius and Hauser. Hell, maybe even Ross.
Perhaps we just need to find a telephone.
Hmm?
We could telephone them at the hotel. They're bound to be there still, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Try at least.
So we're gonna walk off, and if we see a phone booth.
All right, so you find the phone booth. You call
phone
the
booth in Harlem.
hotel. And Octavius, as you're returning to the hotel, pretty late at night, a person at the front desk says, "Oh, Mr. Fox, you've arrived just in time. There's a call for you."
Oh, excellent. Thank you. Fox, who is this?
All right. Harlem Police Station.
Frederick.
Definitely off limits.
Police station. All right. Where are you guys?
We're in Harlem. We're gonna get a cab out of here.
So
they
cops
got him,
took it, huh?
Fox. They got him. We couldn't get.
They got
crate.
who?
The crate was brought into the crate was brought into the Juju house. But we couldn't get in there.
You're not making any sense. Who got who? What?
Chris got grabbed by a cop and brought in to the police station.
Oh shit!
About an hour and a half later, we noticed a crate, heavy crate, getting loaded up into a truck for the Emerson Imports, or by some Emerson Imports guys. They didn't go to the dock. They went to the Juju house.
Oh shit! So they took Chris to the Juju house, huh?
Yeah.
Shit.
Is there anyone walking by?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, do you need us to come and pick you up, or are you coming back here?
We're gonna come back there.
All right. See you in a few minutes, or
Yep.
in that half an hour. How's that?
Yeah.
Apparently, the police grabbed Chris.
On what?
I have no idea. It sounds like Chris.
Can we post his bail or?
No, I think that they took him to the Juju house, which makes me think that they're all in league with the Juju house. They put him in a crate, apparently.
Oh, that's right.
I
They were
mean,
going to
we're
check
assuming
on
that
Robinson.
that's what happened, but apparently Chris went in and never came out. So, and then a crate was transferred to the Juju house, which makes me think Chris.
Well, we need to get him out then.
Assuming that he's still alive.
We have to try.
Of course, but what can we do? I mean, at this point, they're coming back here. We'll have to plan what we're going to do. I just don't see how we're going to be able to get in there. It's like you going guns blazing. There might be 50 of them in there.
All right, for the sake of time, I'll have all four of you.
All right,
going back together.
So what happened? You said that he went in there, and you don't really know what happened. Who was he trying to see?
So what little I heard was Chris said, I was waiting for a friend of mine. We were going to get a drink, and then he dropped the detective's name.
I don't know. Chris always was a terrible liar.
And then
go ahead.
But and then he. So what makes you think he would be in the box? Might it just be freight, or was it?
Why would they be shipping anything from the police department to the Juju house?
Yeah.
Do you remember our well-dressed friend from the Juju house?
Oh yeah, probably.
He was in attendance at the crate moving.
Oh.
So
Chris is in that then. Almost guaranteed. We have to go to the Juju house. It's a small place. Time is of the essence.
Yeah, but what are we going to do? Barge in the front door? We'll all be dead.
The place is not that big. We were there. It's small.
The place next to it is owned by them.
Oh, that's right.
Do we take the chance, though, and get Sergeant, what's his name, Louis?
Poole, Lieutenant Poole. Yeah, we have to notify him.
We don't have to notify him. He might be part of it. We don't know.
He seemed to really have a great disdain for Captain Robson.
Well, bad guys have disdain for each other, too. So I think that we do have to trust him, though, at least find out. I'm going to get him on the phone. Tell him what the situation is. Tell him it's dire.
Yeah.
Well, we can kind of push him towards Captain Robson.
Oh yeah. I think that we need to tell him everything.
Thus far, yeah. Well, nearly everything.
But if it's this kind of
nothing that would land us in an asylum.
I bet he already knows. I don't see how he couldn't know, but maybe he's turning a blind eye. It's either that or assault rifles, but they might have 10 times as many as we do. Let's get him on the phone. So I'm going to call Lieutenant Poole.
You call him. This is Lieutenant Poole.
Lieutenant Poole, this is Octavius Fox. Remember me?
Fox. The Elias case.
Yeah. I am afraid that my friends and I may have gotten in way over our heads at this point.
Yeah, is that so?
Yeah, Sarah, can you meet us at the hotel here, and we'll tell you everything we know, and it's pretty bad, and it involves part of the police department.
I'll be right over.
All right. So when he arrives, we give him the spiel.
I'm gonna disappear for this meeting.
Okay.
I don't think we should all be there.
That's a
waiting
good idea.
just in case he's bad. Like 2 of us should step out of the room and keep eyes on the door of the room.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll be one of them.
I'll stay with Fox for this.
So, Mr. Poole, Lieutenant Poole, our friend, we have come to the conclusion that there is some sort of thing going on, some sort of illegal actions going on near the Juju house in Harlem, and that your Detective Robinson is part of a crooked organization. It's maybe something that you may or may not know. We've done a lot of snooping around, and now our friend Chris has been abducted. Abducted by the cops involved, including Robinson.
So,
and taken to the Juju house in a crate. And we don't know what to do. We know he's at the Juju house. We need to rescue him, but we don't know what their numbers are or if they're all armed. I'm sure they're all armed.
Does the name Rebecca Schusenberg mean anything to you?
Yeah, we think that she's been abducted and possibly killed.
Something happened to her. She was supposed to meet us today.
Yeah, I was looking into a missing persons report. Trail stopped dead cold in Harlem.
Yep.
Boys over there said they'd look into it, but
We have reason to believe that there is a kind of a religious or semi-religious cult, possibly just set up to scare all the locals. All the locals are afraid. The people who are involved with this Mr. Hilton, the one who's in Sing Sing, he stumbled onto it himself, and that's why Robinson has him in jail for the murders, which he didn't commit. We think this group, led by a what the hell's his name, Silas Mumbibi or whatever his last name is, of the Chuju House. That's all. We're right in the thick of it. Now one of our friends has been abducted.
well, Fox, I wish I could help you. I really could. I really, really wish I could. But unless you can give me tangible proof, there's nothing I can do. That falls under Robson's jurisdiction. And even if you know and I know he's a bad apple, I can't do anything.
Well, you know,
until you can bring me concrete evidence.
That's fucking bullshit, because we just told you that our friend has been grabbed by those people and stuck in a box. Now, as a policeman, you need to act on that immediately. You can't just pretend like it's not in your jurisdiction. Maybe it's not the cops. Maybe it's somebody else. But our friend's been abducted, and we saw it happen.
And you saw your friend be put into this crate?
Yes, we did.
Where?
All right. Christopher went into the police station. About an hour and a half later, two men were carrying a crate. Two men wearing uniforms for Emerson Imports came out carrying a crate, along with I described the well-dressed detective and an older well-dressed gentleman matching the description of Captain Robson.
We saw the younger one in the Chuju House this morning, accepting a bribe from this.
It may not have been a bribe. Excuse me.
It's a big old.
It may not have been a bribe, but it might have been. Who knows what?
Payment.
You can put anything in one of those envelopes. But we have.
It's enough for you to investigate. Can I roll a persuade?
What can we do?
Roll a persuade.
Where are my dice? Oh, there are my dice. 67. What's my persuade? Yeah, no. Useless cops.
There's one thing I can do for you, gents, but I don't think you're gonna like it.
If he pulls a gun on me, I'm gonna shoot him.
No. He's not even. Killing cops, okay? No.
He ain't gonna like it.
No, save that for Harlem.
No, he says, what you've told me tonight, just barely, I don't have enough to force to be able to say, interject and dispose Robson and get this all handled. It is enough, I believe, that's the part you're not going to like, is to give Robson the opportunity to turn on the Juju house and save his own hide. But he gets off scot-free. And
Is
looks
he
like
that
a
kind
hero.
of man?
I believe he is.
Well, I'm currently of the opinion that the Juju house is the greater threat at this moment.
Well, and if the 14th precinct of Harlem goes in there and gets rid of a plague to the community, then so be it.
Can you promise me that when Robson slips up again, and I gather that he is the kind of man who does this often, nail his ass to the wall?
Well, kiddo, I don't make promises that I can't deliver on. Now, of course, if you had managed to get a photograph of your friend being stuffed into this crate, or of him at the Juju house, or something to
The camera's in the crate
implicate
with him.
them, that doesn't help us, now does it?
Yeah, you're telling me.
So please, think it over. You know how to contact me, obviously. Think about it. And he gets up to leave.
All right. Well, I guess we'll have to take things into our own hands.
Well,
I say that where he can hear it.
Do what you have to do.
All right.
And you see he takes out his pistol and he puts it down and he walks out.
Oh, piece of shit. How's it? You know any military?
Yeah. I've been in the trenches.
It looks like it's going to be the assault on the Juju house.
I've got my trench broom.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I don't know nothing about fighting like that, but I can't believe we're all going to die for Chris.
We're not going to die. We are going to go there. We need to go fast. Break in.
All right.
I've got a shotgun.
well,
I think we still need to carry out our first part of it. I think we need to go there and watch. See what's going on.
if we call in the cops, that at least takes care of the enemy that we know less about.
What do you mean call him in? You mean like get him to go somewhere else?
Well, if we take Tool's offer, then at least that takes care of the Juju house.
Oh.
And, well, Harlem can be a dangerous place. Who's to say that our own particular brand of retribution can't be played out elsewhere at a time and place where our odds are more favorable?
Oh.
Well, what about that Douglas fellow you mentioned? Would him and his friends, would they?
Well, they
You
might.
said they wanted to put an end to this Juju house
I think
thing.
they're all a bunch of drunks. Maybe.
Yeah, but they're veterans.
There were more of us.
That's true. Get a whole bunch of them riled up at the bar.
They have more combat experience than I do.
Storm the Juju house. That's true. They do, don't they?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can find them. They're a good place to start.
But this has to happen tonight. This time is of the essence. If he is in a box in there with those foul people, we need to rescue him. He could be killed. And
Right.
plus, he makes the best beignet in New Orleans. We can't lose that.
All right, let's go. We got to pull this together right now. No more chit-chatting.
So you go to Teddy's.
Mm-hmm.
And you
I've
see
got
Needham, Douglas, Art, and Jackie sitting at their table drinking.
I've got the detective's revolver. It's pocketed, secret.
Noted.
Yeah.
Are they the guys?
Yep, these are them. Boys,
Oh, what?
Gentlemen,
we have a problem. And
Jackie's like, these guys is for the guy I was telling you about earlier.
and you are the ones that we are looking for. You are the Harlem Hellbringers.
Yeah, we were all part of the Harlem Hellfires during the war. What?
Yeah. Well, we got a war coming right now. We've been
Do you wanna
doing some
fight some more hell?
investigation. We've been doing some investigation. We've been trying to get your friend out of the prison. We know that Juju house is the center of all of this. And now one of ours has been abducted, and he's being held at the Juju house. We need an army. And we're probably going to go out in a blaze of glory, but we're going to burn that place to the ground if we don't get our friend back. Are you in?
Make a persuade check with a bonus dice.
Oh, fuck. I don't have much persuade. Yeah, no.
What would those rolls compare to your charm?
Oh. I don't remember what they were. Let me do.
All right, go ahead and reroll.
42 is a success. 55 is not.
So you're charming,
Go
not
in.
persuasive.
Right. Hey, boys. I could make it worth your while. I could make it worth your while. Boom, here's some money.
You unbutton your shirt a little.
Oh, boy.
Charming stack of bills.
I'm not going to pay him to do it, but I can make it worth your while.
Hey, they're not going to live long enough to spend it. Come on, at least offer it.
Morris, quiet down.
And
I don't think that I would insult them by offering them money. They're not mercenaries.
well, you see Jackie actually gets up. And he says, well, I didn't do anything for Hilton. And maybe it's time that I do.
If we can bring these people in, we can get your friend out. We can bring in this gang of murderers. You guys got arms? You guys got weapons?
And they all shake their heads.
Take them this way.
We have one extra. We have the...
You got Jackie
Yeah.
Wallace. The others are not.
Well, I'm sure there are plenty of guns in Harlem if we ask around.
Well, we do have one extra.
Yeah, we have
These-
one extra.
These people are known in this community as the Hellraisers.
So the Harlem Hellfighter, they were a unit that fought in World War One. So these guys are all old war buddies.
World War One was just a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So war buddies, maybe not old war buddies, but war buddies. But Jackie will come with you.
Oh, so
Right.
just Jackie's coming with
The
us?
rest of you.
I was a little bit relieved because I thought for a minute that we were just about to find out that they were war buddies, but they were all in the entertainment corps or something.
Oh, geez.
You know, it's just like, I play a wicked piano.
All right.
I
Well,
never touched a gun.
maybe your friends will join us. We shame them into it. All right. So how's this going to go?
All right.
Hauser, you're the military leader. What do we do?
Well, we need to find out the entrances into the Juju house. There's one in the front. Was there mention of one in the back? It's a question for the keeper. When we were there the first time, did we notice a back door?
No.
No. So it was just a.
Well, you noticed that Silas had a key around his neck. It was not clear to what it opened.
Okay, and it's probably the front door, I'm guessing.
He said there was a back room,
Right. not
and
necessarily
we
a back
made the
door.
assumption that the door to the back room was behind one of the rugs on the walls.
Question: was the door did we see the door to the back room?
No,
No.
No.
Okay.
it's hidden behind a curtain.
Oh yeah. Okay. Was the curtain on the wall that was shared to the vacant store?
No.
Oh, okay. So that doesn't go there.
I say
Yeah.
we're going to go. We should go up on the roof, see what's going on, and wait for a moment when they're vulnerable. Like if they're all dancing around in a circle around Chris's dead body. We'll come raining
If they're
down.
all
We'll
dancing
rain.
around in a circle around Chris's dead body, I say we light the place up
Yeah,
and then shoot them as they come out.
yeah.
Well, just in case. I mean, sorry, I've forgotten which one of the Harlan Hellfires have we got coming with us?
Jackie.
You have Jackie. He is the strongest looking of the group.
Tell me, Jackie, have you got access to a crowbar or just a big screwdriver or something like that?
Can you handle a pistol?
I can handle a pistol.
Yeah,
Right.
we need something to just in
Once
case we have
we're
a chance, we could-
in a less
could force the
conspicuous
door.
location, I'll give him Pool's gun. That way I don't have to look at the stats for it.
Hey, convenient. And he says, well, I work as an orderly at the hospital. I think I might be able to get into the maintenance closet and find something.
Anything would do. Anything that could be used to pry open a door would.
All right.
Mm.
Are you guys fine with going a little longer tonight?
Sure.
Okay.
Started late, so
All right. So yeah, so he goes and he comes back with a crowbar.
That'll do the job just fine.
All right. And you guys are going to the vicinity of the Juju house?
Mm-hmm.
before we head out, I'm gonna leave a message for the lawyer.
For
You know,
Mr. Carlton.
our handler.
Mm-hmm. Let him know what's
Um,
going on.
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
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 The other guy. That's a good idea.
I'd like to just take the last wine bottle that I finished, empty it, or fill it with gasoline or kerosene, and cork it up, and bring that with me.
All right. Perfectly fine. Any other preparations that you guys are making?
Shotgun, combat knife, trench knife. Sorry.
Are we taking Octavius's car?
Yeah.
Okay. Then Susan's going in the trunk.
I've got my shiny new pistol and my old reliable switchblade.
I wish I had that baseball bat that he had.
I wish he had that baseball bat he had. You know, if some people came out of the precinct with some barbed wire marks on them, then we'd know.
There you go. All right.
So
Maybe
you pull
Pool
up.
will go ahead. I was just gonna say maybe Pool will come through and make sure that there are police nearby when all those hell goes down. Because then
That might not
if
be
the
good.
regular police rush in there while this is going on and they see all the other police, then there might really be hell to pay for whatever.
Well, hopefully Pool keeps the good guys away tonight.
All right.
So how close are you getting when you are coming in the car?
Park
You
a
know,
block
I'm gonna
away or
park.
something.
I'm gonna park where people would park if they were going to a club or a nightclub or something, and then
Okay.
we're all dressed in dark clothing. We'll sneak along to find a place where we can get up on the roof.
Or make a luck check.
Mhm. Oh, 1.
Oh.
I swear
Okay.
that's true. I take my camera down.
Oh, 1.
Oh, 1.
So while you were looking for a place to get up on the roof, you see that there's this man, he's slurring his words. He seems to be slightly intoxicated. And he says, hey, are you going to the good old Silas's speakeasy tonight?
No, so you got a speakeasy?
Well, I mean, they must.
Why?
They just have all these very exclusive. You know, it'd just be so much easier to go there, but they're only open like once a month. You know, they're all there. If you're late, you could let me in.
When he says once a month, I look up at the sky to see what the moon looks like.
It's almost completely new.
No, we ain't going there. But hey, is this your building?
I live in that apartment right over there.
Really? That one right over there?
Yeah, that one right over there.
Does it look like it has a good view?
Yes, it does, Mr.
Oh.
01. It has a really great view, in fact.
Hey, so what are you drinking?
Oh, well.
Maybe we can have a party.
A party? Well, that sounds great. The only
Well,
problem is I think I'm almost out of what I was drinking. That's why I thought
It's
you could
okay. We
maybe-
brought some stuff with us.
Oh,
don't we go
you
up to your
did?
place? Yeah, let's
Oh,
go.
that's great. Yeah, come with me,
Let's
guys.
go have a good old time.
So you think it's a speakeasy?
Oh yeah. They bring in these crates, and then all these people show up for the party.
When you say all these people are like,
Yeah, they
like,
brought a crate. They brought a crate in this evening, and now they're here for a party. It's it's
like 10 or
it's a
20
speakeasy.
or more people, more than that.
Oh, I mean I don't know. This seemed to be a bit of a rush deal. There might just a handful of them tonight. 5 at most.
Sounds like a. All right, shows your place. Let's get this party started.
Yeah, so his apartment has, once again, with that 01, has a perfect view out of that window.
Okay.
Smacked right down the alleyway.
And if possible, we're going to get him so drunk that he just passes out.
And that's easy enough to do. He takes no encouragement to do that very thing.
So he can see in here all the time. He sees them coming from me. They bring in crates. I wonder if they bring in people to sacrifice, now that I'm thinking of it.
That's
I'm
what I'm
starting to
thinking.
remember Peru and
Likely.
Yeah.
all this shit.
They go around the place and murder people. Bringing people in for that is not a far stretch. We need to go in there now. They could be doing this now.
Do you
Okay,
think
as you're sitting there, you see 2 people walk down the street and turn and go down the alleyway.
Any red cloth or
There's something tied around their heads. A little hard to tell the color in the dark.
Really? Oh, there's not a lot of street lamps in this alley? Of
Oh.
course not. They're all burnt out.
But you see they go up to the Juju house door, knock, and then they're let in.
So that brings 5 to 7. We need to go now. We don't want to wait till it's 15 or 20.
all right.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to go with what Hauser says. I
Yeah.
say we bust in there, we hold guns on people, especially if you can get a hold of that old man.
I'm of the opinion that we shoot first and ask questions later.
Well, how many of us are there? There's 5.
No, there's 4 of us.
There's
Well,
5 of you
right.
counting
There's
Jay.
5.
Roger, or not.
Jackie Wallace game.
Jackie. So we could have 3 of us have guns to them, pushing them to the back wall, and the other 2 search thoroughly everywhere. But we need to have known jobs so we don't fumble and dawdle around. I have a shotgun that's perfect to hold a couple people against the wall with.
Could all of you make a spot hidden check for me real quick?
Ooh, pass. Standard pass.
Oh
no,
Come on.
pardon me.
That's
a hard
pass.
pass. Hard pass.
But the
I made a
hard.
hard
Yeah.
pass as well.
Hard here too.
Okay, so those of you with a hard success, you notice when they knocked on the door, it wasn't just a straight up. They seem to have had a rhythm to it, and you think you might be able to recreate it.
You guys catch that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think
I'm not going to attempt to replicate it because if I start knocking on anything, the dogs are going to wake up again. So I've learned my lesson.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Rat-a-tat, tat, 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 tat.
How many seconds passed between the knock and the door opening?
They knocked. They stood there for about maybe 15 seconds before they were let in.
From our recollection, or actually we should be able to see this, that's not like a big glass door so they could see us, is it? Or is it solid?
It's just solid wood.
Oh, good. Okay, so good. All right, let's do this.
All right. I'll knock. As soon as the door latch goes, I'm going to kick the door. Hauser, I want you immediately to my left.
All right. I'll go left, and then I'll step in and go left.
Level your gun.
Yeah.
Any sign of resistance from a red hatted asshat, let him have it.
Well, clear the trench. But if they don't, then they get pushed back to the wall.
Any chanting? Any hand gestures?
Yeah.
Anyone look like they're throwing a flask? Yeah.
Any colored sparkles in the air? Shoot.
Who should be our dedicated searcher if they go to the wall and we hold them there?
Morris?
Yes. Okay. I'll start searching.
Do you want Morris, Octavius? Do you want the 2 of you to search and then?
I don't think it's going to be that hard to find a big crate.
I've got an idea. Octavius, you start throwing aside the rugs and things that are on the back wall, and look for the door to the back room.
Good.
I'm going to quickly search the rest of the shop and see if maybe there's a trap door.
Oh, behind the counter,
there might be a trap door. There might be a trap door under the. They might have to move the counter.
Yeah.
Or there might be something in the ceiling. There might be access to the floor above somewhere, possibly from the back room. But we should cover all bases. And if that doesn't work, then we'll start inspecting the adjoining wall to see if there's any way into the shop next door, which he also owns.
All right.
And one last quick question. The car, it's like a block away, and we all know where it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little more than a block away.
Like a block and a half? Like it's runnable?
The thing is, if we run out the door and we run a couple of blocks, we're going to be running into crowds of people.
All right. Okay, good.
So
I can be last one out. Anyone comes out after us, we can. I'll shotgun the door.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so Frederick, recreating the knock.
Mm-hmm.
Give me an education check with a bonus dice.
Oh.
Oh, I'm really. I heard the knock too really well too, and
Don't worry. So that, without the bonus dice, that's 6 away from an extreme success.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a hard.
All right, that's good enough. So you do the knock.
Education.
Guns are ready.
You wait.
Oh yeah.
You wait, and the latch turns open.
I am kicking that door.
Strength check.
Okay, that's a fail.
All right, so perhaps you make the door open quicker. You don't just knock it all the way open, but you see a very surprised-looking Silas.
I'll add my weight to the door.
He is completely naked, except he is wearing this headdress with this slight mask.
Mm-hmm.
That instead of a red cloth, you see a mummified human tongue nailed to the top.
All right.
Gross.
I'm going to grab him around the neck with the gun to his head as I push my way in.
Yeah, we're just
and now that the door is
barreling
open,
in.
you see that the counter has in fact been moved aside. There is an opening of a trap door. And you can see these stairs leading down, and coming up from that basement is this horrific screaming. It sounds like a whole crowd of people just screaming in agony, and you hear drums and howling, and I need you all to make sand checks.
Nice stuff.
14.
Oh, not now. Oh, wait a minute. No, I think I passed.
And once again, I am cursed with sanity.
Oh!
Pass.
I've passed by the skin of my teeth.
Okay, so you all passed?
Sanity is 55, and I've rolled 55.
Okay, you all lose a point when you pass.
All right.
Okay. We can hear somebody screaming downstairs. I don't know.
But you can hear a lot of people screaming downstairs. It's not just one.
What about upstairs?
Is Silas
the only one?
Okay. Is Silas resisting at all?
Feebly. He's a really old, so there's not much. He's struggling, but it's not that much.
What are you
knock-
up to,
knock
you
him
crazy
out.
old man? I've got
Knock him out. We gotta go.
Yeah,
I have to drag him.
He's just laughing his head off.
He's our house hostage at the moment.
All right, let's go.
I ripped the mask off his face, whatever he was wearing.
All right.
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
Okay.
All
And
right.
it clatters across the floor, and that human tongue is just
Gross. All right.
I stomp on it. The mask.
All right. Let's go.
Grind it to the ground.
Actually, can we tie? Does he have the headscarf?
no.
No.
Instead of a
Pulling it
headscarf, he
off
had that tongue where the headscarf is normally.
Okay.
And gag him. We should gag him real quick. Whatever cloth.
Well, I've got my hand around his
It's
mouth.
very hard for you guys to hear each other. It's that loud.
Oh, okay. So they won't hear him screaming. Good.
Just knock him out. We gotta go.
Yeah. Close the door behind us,
I'm
and
going
then
to swing and I'm going to hit him over the head with that.
Okay, and
Right
he drops.
You
All right.
guys, I'm going to at least tie him up with something. So I'm
Sure. Come on. Morris, Hauser.
yeah. Let's go.
Okay.
Actually, Hauser, check the rugs on the back.
Yeah. Okay. Good idea. I'll go to the back, shotgun, and rip it down. Shotgun. in one
Morris,
hand.
let's keep this
Okay, yeah.
keep this hole covered. Jackie, what do you want to do?
He looks a little frightened. He's not sure of himself what to do.
All right. Well,
I got him
stick with
tied.
me. We'll stick with me. We'll get out of this.
It's got to be
If you
downstairs.
hear me
where the
yell
screaming-
Carisari, run.
All right.
All
Let's
right.
go down the
Is there
stairs.
are there anything behind the rugs?
Yeah. When I go to the back, tear it down.
Behind there is a door.
Okay.
Oh, the key around the guy's neck. Silas, does he still have that key?
No,
Is it unlocked?
and the door is unlocked, but you find that key is embedded in the trap door.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Nothing. Open the unlocked door in the back with shotgun pointed right dead center.
It's just a little bed. It seems that some things have been moved out of place. Clothes are scattered.
It's downstairs, whatever it is.
Okay.
It's got to
All
be
right,
where
let's go.
that's
Make
got to
sure
be where
our-
Chris is.
Our flank
Yeah,
isn't
come on,
gonna.
We should
All
get
right.
down
I'm
there
gonna
before
start
something
working my
happens.
way down. Is there a ladder or steps?
There are steps down.
Okay. That makes it easier to cover myself while going down.
All right, as you're going down the stone steps, make an anthropology check for me, please.
Hey! That's better than strength.
These are
And of
early Peruvian
course.
steps.
Of course, there's the fail.
All right, so there's all these symbols carved into the wall. They definitely look African, but you can't quite place what they would mean.
Oh, here we are again. It's a cult. All right, so it's
You know,
Frederick,
if it was South American, I'd know it.
Frederick, Grunwald, me, and Morris. Morris, you're coming down the stairs.
Yep.
All right, guns in hand.
Jackie, if Jackie listened to me, he's right behind me.
He is right behind you.
Okay.
Okay, so those stairs lead down to this narrow stone passageway that goes down maybe about 30 feet to where there's a door in the wall that would lead to a space that would be underneath both the Juju house and the shop adjacent. And it's open, and you see piled along the hallway are clothes. And yeah, you just, once again, it's deafening. All the screaming, there's drums, people howling.
Okay.
Is it so loud that it hurts our ears?
Yes.
I'm gonna grab. You see, there's clothing. Probably people are naked. I'm gonna take up a piece of clothing and I'm gonna rip it into some shreds and plug my ears. It's really loud, and this might be magic. I don't know what. If these people are crazy, they're all screaming.
All right. I'm gonna. So as soon as I get a kind of idea of what the layout of the room is that we're moving up on, is there like a central area with an altar or?
Okay, so if you're gonna go down and peek through the door,
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I'm doing.
so you look through the door. You see this large chamber.
Okay.
Okay, you see about 11 people in there. You see one of them is over by this massive open pit. There's this large rock that has been lifted up on a wench that's open. You can't see what's inside of it, but he's sitting by it just drumming away. 5 of the others are dancing around. They're all naked. They're all wearing the red scarf thing. They all have those knives. Just howling and howling. And some of them are speaking in English. Others are speaking in African. You can't really hear them over the screams of what they're shouting. But you see that large man that came behind Morris in the alleyway is standing kind of in the middle of all of it. He has another headdress with the mummified tongue. Has 2 pairs of these lion paws with claws on his hands. He's standing like this in front of the pit. And surrounding him are four individuals not wearing anything at all. But you see in each of their heads is carved that same symbol as Jackson Elias, and all their guts are hanging out. And they are moving, and they're moving around. You don't see Chris, but you do see Rebecca. All of you can make sanity checks as you see this.
Oh, I did not pass that.
Oh, I rolled a 4. I'm made of stern stuff.
I'm higher up on the stairs. Do I make it too, or do I wait till I'm down?
If it just, you can all make it right now. We'll just make it easier.
Okay.
Keep a stiff upper lip.
Crap. Fail.
Okay, so those of you who passed, it will be 1d2.
God.
Those of you who failed, it will be 1d8 plus 1d2.
Oh,
God, that's mean. You're mean. Oh no, that's an 8 I rolled.
You know,
Plus,
I always miss out on the crazy party. One of these days, I'm intentionally going to start a character with like 10 sanity.
No, I'm happy. I'm happy to remain sane, given that I've already taken massive quantities of damage so far in this campaign. So
fun to...
composed primarily of scar tissue. There's nothing left to shock.
All right, so those of you who lost 5 or more, make an int roll.
Right.
Oh, I failed.
So
That's good.
you don't know how
Yeah.
those people are still alive with their guts hanging out. You don't think about it too hard.
Drugs,
Black
man.
magic.
Drugs, man. They're high on cocaine.
So can I shoot the big guy right between the eyes?
Now, hold on, Hausa.
It's very bad for me. I passed my intelligent roll.
Okay, so
and I
you're like
lost
you're like
9.
these. You see the glazed over look in these people's eyes. They're definitely dead, and you can't help but realize that this is probably what they were going to turn Jackson Elias into.
Yeah.
And you need to roll up a bout of madness for me.
Okay, that's a D8.
That is a 1d8. Tom, you have the chart.
Yeah.
Ooh, I haven't rolled this one before. A 6. Oh God! And I got the shotgun, and I'm in the back. This is just not good.
And you've got the Molotov.
yeah.
Roll a 1d10.
God damn. 1d10. 3.
Okay, for the next 3 rounds, you're paranoid. You think that we're all behind this, bringing you down.
No. No.
Yeah, the guy with the shotgun and the Molotov now thinks we are in on it.
Well, he's just paranoid. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to kill us all. But yeah, you're paranoid.
Oh.
You don't know who to trust. Trust me.
Great.
For 3 rounds.
No. I know what I must do, and I don't want to do it.
Welcome to Bouts and Bandits, Hausa.
We were all there. Through all of
Fuck this. No, I light the Molotov and throw it into the room and go up the stairs. Fuck this shit.
Nice.
All right, so you guys see this as you're preparing
Into the room.
shot. You
Okay.
see this bottle just break and fire.
Well, we didn't throw it on Chris.
Hauser, throw them out. Oh. Huh. Well, that works.
All right, fire erupts as you see everybody starts looking your way.
I'm gonna start shooting.
Okay,
Try to shoot the big guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the big guy, between you and the big guy are those 4 zombified,
Right.
what does it say, individuals, so you can't quite get a shot at him.
Mhm.
But so there is those 4.
Can I shoot the drummer?
Go for it.
I'm gonna shoot the drummer because that's
still
obnoxious.
Always the best bet to shoot
I'll
the
shoot
drummer.
a dancer. Because, dancing.
Yeah. That's what we think about the entertainment corps.
I got an 03.
Okay, so you're just going to take a dancer's head off.
Boom.
I miss the drummer.
Okay, you
Sorry,
missed the
guys.
drummer.
That's for Swan Lake, bitch.
I'm going to shoot whichever of the buggers is closest to me.
That would be a dancer.
Right. I don't want them charging me. I'm taking them out. And I got a standard pass.
Hey, roll damage.
Okay, that is 1d10 plus 2. Oh, that is a healthy 9 points of damage.
Oh, I do have a question.
Yes.
Is the screaming coming from these people screaming?
No, it's coming from that open pit.
It's coming from the pit. Okay, that's what
Coming from the
I
pit.
was guessing. But
All right, so Morris, you gun down another one of the dancers. You hit him right in the chest. He doesn't die immediately, but he's down for the count. Jackie takes a shot at another one as he is rushed by the last one standing.
Well, he is behind me.
So, Frederick, you're about to get getting a knife swung at you. What do you want to
A
do?
knife. Oh boy.
One of those big knives that almost took Morris's arm off.
Right. Yes, I'm familiar.
Want to dodge, fight back.
I'll dodge.
Dodge.
Oof. Yeah, it's a fail.
All right. Well, he failed too. So.
Oh, okay. Whew.
So yeah. So you are.
I
you are
dodge
shocked as
into the
flashes
knife, and he
out.
overcompensates.
Yep. Pretty much. That's what happens.
It's like a Dark Souls roll.
All right. So you guys are still. You're You're bottled up. The stone floor in here, the Molotov doesn't have anything to really catch on fire, so it's not spreading.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of was just smoking out. It doesn't seem to be causing much difficulty for you or for the people coming to try to kill you. So,
Yay, insanity.
Well,
Yeah.
if we can
Hauser, by the
back
time
up,
you get to the door to leave, you finally start snapping out of it.
Oh, I had one last thing to do as I got upstairs with my insanity.
Oh, okay. What would that be?
My combat knife right slowly
Into Silas?
into Silas, right through his chest, looking at him in his eyes as I sink it into him.
well, he is unconscious.
And yeah, so you just okay. And at that point, you start snapping out of it. Everybody else,
so if we
there's
can
the
back up,
the one dancer.
Yeah.
The drummer is now coming over. He stopped drumming.
Oh, thank goodness.
Those four. That's right. The drumming stopped. We're done here. Those four, just things with their entrails hanging out down at their feet, shambling towards you.
Is the big guy with the leopard hands? Is he still doing whatever he's doing?
You can see he's saying something. He's changed what gestures he's doing. You're not quite sure what he's up to.
Okay, gestures. Gotta shoot that guy.
Okay. So if we can.
Can we sort of sidestep the entrail
yeah.
people and shoot the guy with the
Do we want to go into the room, or do we want to bottleneck him at the doorway?
I think we should go in and stop him from doing whatever he's doing.
All right.
All right, there is a crazy cult man between you and getting into the room right now.
Well, the closer he gets to me, the closer my gun gets to his head.
Can I shoulder check? Can I shoulder check him out of the way?
Yep, make a brawl.
Charge forward.
Make a brawl.
Let's do that.
I want to toss somebody in the head.
God, man. That's a fail.
Oh. Okay. So you're going to take 8 points of damage as he stabs you right in the stomach.
Yep.
Can I then turn and put a bullet in him?
Yeah, that's
that is
easy
over
enough.
half of my hit points.
That is a major wound. Please make a con roll to stay conscious. And Fox, you can just, as he stabbed Frederick, you could easily just...
Oh.
I got an 18, so I put my gun up to his head and pull the trigger.
If only I made that roll on either of the previous 2 turns, but that is a 7, so I do stay
Okay,
conscious.
so you are staying conscious, and you are bleeding heavily.
Look at me go.
How's it? Get your ass back here.
Jawohl! I start booking down the stairs.
All right, so now you are free to move into the room.
All right.
Fox.
I'm not going to be even remotely tactical. I'm just going to shoot whichever one is nearest to me again.
Okay, so you're taking a shot at one of the walking corpses coming towards you. Please make firearms with the bonus dice.
I'm going to aim for their head.
Are they shambling like corpses?
Yes.
Okay, so they're not like
24,
attacking
and
us
with
like
bonus
monsters.
dice. Well, the other one's 95, so we'll take the 24 because it's the bonus dice.
All right, roll damage.
Okay. That is 9 points of damage plus 2 is 11.
11k, you take one of their heads off,
Nice.
and it slumps onto the ground. And Fox, you were moving into the room around them?
Yeah. So if I get a clear shot at the wizard.
Okay, and you see as you're moving into the room, he moves his hand over. Make a power roll for me, please.
I got 61 out of 65, so it just barely makes it. Don't you point your juju hands at me.
Okay. Frederick and Morris,
Mojo hand.
you see this green crackle of lightning travel from his
shit.
hand. It hits Fox. Fox, you're going to take about 4 points of damage as some of your flesh goes necrotic.
Ah!
Oh.
You son of a bitch.
And
Frederick.
Morris and Frederick, that looks really damn
Yeah.
familiar.
Yep.
Shit. Oh, scheiße.
You can all make sanity checks.
Am I down there yet to see it?
No. You just see a green light, kind of, but you don't really know what it was.
Gentlemen, I finally failed the sanity check.
You're wounded.
I have also
Yeah.
failed the sanity check.
All right, so you two will lose 2 points of sanity. Or
I mean, that
finally
that
coming to
makes
terms as
sense.
to what happened to you back in Peru.
Yeah, it makes sense because we had explained it away, like, oh, it's an
Mhm.
acid burn.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, I'm on the edge. I've lost 4 points of sanity now.
And Fox, you see he's shouting something at you, but you can't quite hear it.
All right.
Okay.
Can I shoot at him now?
Yep, go for it.
No, I miss. 71. Well, wait, I missed by 6. Can I go ahead and spend luck?
Yeah, you can spend luck.
I forget all about luck in this game.
You could spend as much luck as you want.
All right.
Go
You could
for
spend
it.
60 luck for all.
Now that
Yeah,
your
I wanna spend 60.
life is on the line.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, roll damage.
All right. What is my damage? Oh, it's right here on my thing. 1d10 plus 2. I'm looking around for my 10-sided dice. I'm like, I can't find it. Where is it? 7.
7K. You get him right in the chest. He slumps down. And he's coughing up blood, and you see he does another gesture. And in the meantime, Morris and Frederick and Hauser, what are you up to?
I'm gonna slump against the wall and try to stabilize myself and line up a shot on, on the magic hands guy.
Okay, there are still those 3 things. And the drummer. The drummer is now running over.
Oh, I'm angry. I'm pissed off at myself for bailing. Yeah, I just go right into the room in the first closest non-friend target. I'm going to blow them to pieces.
Okay, roll with the bonus dice. Point blank against the rushing drummer.
Excellent. Bonus dice. Ooh, there's a hit. Oh wait, no, just 10s. Yeah, well, yeah, duh. Yeah, a hit and a miss. So the hit.
Okay,
takes
so the hit, roll damage. With your shotgun, that's a lot.
right in there. Kaboom. Oh, lots of 5, 10, 15, and 6.
Okay,
23.
He is torn to shreds. You just
What's a
pulverize him.
Kaiser? Ah!
All right, Morris.
I'm going to shoot at another one of the flailing, living dead in Fraley chaps.
Perfect.
That's a 36, which is a standard.
And you're going to
Success.
get a bonus dice because they are just so slow.
Okay, well, I've definitely hit. I have definitely hit them. So that is 1d10 plus 2 is a total of 7 damage this time.
All right, you take it. You put a nice thick hole in its chest, and it does not seem to notice.
Okay, headshots from now on, I guess.
They are still coming. Fox. Make another power roll.
Ooh, 15. That is an extreme. Wait, no, it's not.
Okay.
Sorry,
So all of a sudden, you feel this great heat rising in your body, and on where it's really thin against your bones on your hands, your skin starts to blister up. You take another point of damage, but you can see he's like this look of frustration and desperation as whatever it is that he's trying to do to you, you seem to be resisting it.
Guys, this isn't magic.
So
yeah, you'll take
I'm gonna
another
take
point
a
of damage
shot.
from that blistering, but that's okay. Frederick, take your shot.
Yep, take my shot. There we go. See, I can be helpful in a combat. That's actually a hard.
Hard.
There we go.
Okay, roll damage.
That is 7 points of damage.
Okay. So Fox, as you see, he's struggling, and you kind of feel like your brain is pushing all that weight that's against your head disappears as a bullet just goes through his neck, and he slumps and dies.
Okay, I'm gonna if he's been hit, I'm gonna try to grab him and throw him in the pit.
All right. So you grab him and you drag him over to the pit.
Because the screaming is still coming from the pit, right?
Yes, it is. And well, the rest of you can dispatch the Zomzoms pretty easily at this point. Between you, Jackie, all of you. You know how to aim for the head now, so you clean it out, put Rebecca out of her misery. You grab him as you go over the edge of the pit.
Christopher.
Down at the bottom of this pit, you see this horrific monstrosity that looks to be like this goo that coming out of it are all these human heads screaming their heads off. And one of the heads looks up at you, look of hunger in his eyes, and it's Christopher.
No!
Make a sand check, please.
No! A fail! Oh, shit.
I made it by 1 point.
Okay.
Oh,
Success.
Sand check.
oh, God.
Well, no, wait,
Okay.
they didn't see it. I see it. Right?
Anybody
Well,
who...
when I
I'm
walk
not
up and
I'm not looking
yeah.
in a screaming pit.
Okay, so Morris isn't looking.
No,
Hauser's
I'm not looking in there.
Frederick, you're looking?
Oh yeah.
Okay, those of you who passed, that's 2d4. Those of you who failed, it's 3d4.
Yeah.
You said 2d4?
2d4, 1d4 for the monster, 1d4 because Christopher is part of it now. So it's 3d4 if you failed.
4 points. Sorry.
All right, so I've definitely lost over 5% of my sanity.
All right, so for you, that's about a madness. Hausa, since you're already temporarily insane, this further loss is an automatic bout of madness again for you.
Okay.
Because you've already bouted once in the last, 5 minutes, so...
Couple seconds, honestly.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. What's the bout of madness?
So you need to make an int check.
Okay.
Yeah, check.
That's a fail.
You failed your int?
Surprisingly, yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so
really high.
you don't have a bout of madness, actually. Hauser still gets a bout of madness, though.
Yeah. Oh, I made my int, but that's automatic, right? Yeah. I lost 10 points there. I'm going really nuts. That's 19 sand in this one house.
You're gonna
So now I'm rolling
have to see
D8.
a psychologist for
Yeah, I'll be locked away.
for a while.
Ooh, a 4 out of on the D8.
You suddenly don't know where you are. You can't remember what's happened in the last 1d6. I'm sorry. Yeah, 1d6 hours.
Oh God,
1d6.
just stumble back and fall to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, you know where you are when you look around, but you don't know where you are. You don't know how you got
Yeah, I'm very shaken.
there. For how many hours? 1d6.
Oh,
Roll
1d6. Oh, 1d6. Sorry about that. 3 hours.
All right, so everything 3 hours back. You remember
yeah,
dinner.
I need one of you to be my caretaker now for 3 hours.
So Hauser, you just recall returning back from buying those books, and now you're looking at this pit of screaming heads.
Yeah.
But you know we were coming here. I mean, you remember that.
Yeah, you knew that you were coming to the Juju house. You assume that might be where you are right now, but
did you say that there is a large stone that is being suspended over this like a door?
Yes.
With a rope?
Mm-hmm. And there's a little winch
All
by
right.
where the drummer was.
Can I grab one of these knives that these Juju people have been using and cut that rope?
Oh, for sure. But did you want to throw the guy down there?
Well, once I saw what's there, I've lost my interest in that.
Okay,
I
so
just
you go.
want to close the
Yeah,
fucking...
hold on,
Okay.
Octavius. So I rolled a spot hidden.
Okay.
and I succeeded. So I'm noticing Hauser's looking a little out of it. Hauser, give me your shotgun.
No, I've got memory loss.
Yes.
Do I know who Frederick is?
Yes, you do.
Sure.
Oh,
you
yeah,
can-
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Frederick.
It's real short term.
Yeah.
So I'm going to unload Hauser's shotgun into the pit.
Okay, so you blast away at this thing. Heads explode. Pieces are going everywhere, and where you see that those heads had been exploded, they slowly start to reform.
Damn.
Fire. We need to burn this.
We need
fucking
fire.
thing. Any more alcohol?
Yeah. What's lighting the?
There are torches on the walls.
Oh, perfect. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna go up into the shop, or have people go up into the shop, get carpets and stuff,
Is this?
toss them into the pit, soak them.
Okay, so you
Whatever
are
flammable material.
soaking the
This is gonna-
clothes, soaking the
Yeah.
cloth,
Right.
and you just light this thing on fire.
Yep.
And the screaming just gets louder.
All right.
Almost to the point of making your ears bleed, but it is burning away.
All right.
Go for it.
So as soon as it's almost completely burned up, then I'll just cut the fucking thing.
And yeah, this horrific, just noxious smell. But as it slowly burns away and the screaming stops, you cut the rope and the rock.
We got to get the fuck out of here.
Yep. Let's go.
I'm sure people are going to call the police.
And while you're in, you see that there is an alcove with some things in it.
We'll check, make sure there's maybe there's more clues to where we need to go.
I'll check that while they're doing the rest of it.
All right.
Hauser.
Yeah.
You should probably look at this.
Was?
Then I gesture to the gaping chest
wound.
wound.
Oh, scheiße.
All right, so you want to make a first aid so
Yeah.
Frederick doesn't bleed out on the ground here?
Do my best here. Sorry, I'm just stunned. Fucking hell. Oh, cool. 19. Yeah. Oh, that's a success.
I can't tell you how many times in the past somebody's rolled a 99 on that.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. All right, so you managed to staunch the
Oh,
bleed.
I think I was one of them.
I'd like to spend 1 point of luck to make that a hard pass.
Yep,
It
that's
does-
fine.
I
I mean,
don't think
it
it
doesn't.
matters.
It won't really
Oh,
matter.
it doesn't matter. All right, I
That's
won't.
1 point back. Yeah.
Yeah, so you get 1 point back, Frederick. And what you find in the alcove, you see that there is a book entitled Africa's Dark Sex.
Oh, yeah.
The inside cover has stamped as property of the trustees of Harvard University.
Mm.
Not anymore.
Well, I mean, we could give it back.
Eventually.
You also find there's this copper bowl that seems to be quite stained with brown spots, etched with all these sorts of runes and signs. There is a carved scepter covered in what appear to be Egyptian hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
Let's grab all this shit.
There's this
Yeah.
There's this crazy metal band, like headband with
like
strange
metal
symbols. You're not entirely sure what that's for. And then there's a locked box, like a small little lock box, and
Oh.
a marine chronometer.
Interesting.
What are the
It's very-
dimensions on the box?
The box, you could pick it up like this.
Just take the box with us.
I suppose the marine
So it's
chronometer is
about yay
probably
big.
something to do with the timing of the rituals and
Maybe.
astrology or something.
Well, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Quickly
Let's go.
Yes, yeah, we need
to the
to
car.
get out of here before.
Was any
This
of these
noise
people
draws
the
attention.
police people
No.
that we saw?
No.
Shame.
So we
Alright,
still have to
well-
deal with them.
Yeah,
Alright,
we
let's
need
get
to-
the fuck out.
We need to get out of the
We
city
were never here.
and send Lieutenant Poole a note, like an encrypted note, but we will discuss that later. We need to
I
get
don't
out.
know about getting out of the city. There's more places to hide in New York City than there are anywhere else in the country.
Let's just get out of
And
Harlem first.
as all of you leave, haggard, wild-eyed, bleeding, burned, that's where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Oh.
Well, I hope there's such a thing as reincarnation so that Chris can come back as somebody else in the next episode. Our players included Zane Fleming, Brian Daly, Nick Swan, Stuart Lively, and myself with Morgan Llewellyn as Keepers of Secrets. We're currently producing up to 4 shows a week with music and sound effects added in post-production in order to create a richer listener experience. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. The costs involved with the show are provided almost entirely by our patrons. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. If you'd like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 a month helps us a lot. You can find a link in the description below. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch that bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering the questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure in the universe of HP and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck. Good day.